Well, hello there, and welcome to the channel. Today I thought I would take a look at Duolingo. So it's a foreign language learning application that's been around for quite a while. It's a very big app. It's got over 500 million registered users. It's of that there's some 37 million people are active on it every month. It comes in 39 languages, I think, something like that, and offers just over 100 different courses. So it's a very big app. I've been using it now for, well, I can show you in a second. I've been using it for exactly 120 days. So what I thought we'd do today is I'll quickly run you through the menus, and then we'll just go through one of the earlier lessons, and a nice easy lesson. This isn't about showing you what I can or cannot do in a foreign language. It's about showing you what this application looks like. So we're looking at Russian. It's something that I'm studying for no particular reason other than just to keep my my mind as sharp as possible. I'm having a few problems with short-term memory, so this is a good way of keeping myself in check because I'm being tested every day. So that's why I'm doing it, but that's not a particularly common reason I would think for learning a foreign language. So, okay, so let's take a look at the menus first. Okay, so before I start running through the menus, I think I should mention that Duolingo is available on mobile phone app, which is what I use it on exclusively, to be honest, daily. So I use my mobile for my lessons daily. There's the web version, which is what we're looking at here, which again I've only looked at this a couple of times. I don't need to be using this if I'm using my phone app, and there is an installed app that you can install on your computer if you want. I do notice though that between the mobile phone app and the web version here, they do differ. So the lesson numbering and even the lessons are slightly different. So Unit 5 that we're looking at here on the screen at the moment on the web version is not the same as what Unit 5 is on the mobile app. I'm not quite sure why that is. It might be to do with the fact that when I registered with the mobile app, I said I already knew some words and phrases in Russian, which I did, so I didn't have to start with the alphabet lessons. And it might be that when you use the web version that it takes you right from the very beginning. That's just my guess, but they don't match. The other difference is the scoring systems are different on the web version here. If I just scroll across over here, just to see this to the right, we have lingots, which are like your rewards for getting things right, in addition to the points you get for each of the questions that you answer. Those points are called XPs, experience points. So you have experience points and you have lingots on the web version here. On the mobile version, you have gems and you have hearts. And your hearts represent lives, and you have 5 lives. And if you get a question wrong, you lose a life, lose all 5 lives, you have to stop until you've earned or bought some lives back. So a couple of differences there. Okay, so let's take a look now at the menus. We'll start off on the left-hand pane here. So starting left-hand side, so the main menu is the Learn tab, which is what we're on now, and that will show you the lessons that you'll be doing. Whenever you open up Duolingo, or if you go to any of the other menus and then come back, it will always take you down to the bottom to your start point for your current lessons. So you see down here the arrow. If I click on that, that will take me down to where I actually am in Duolingo, and you can see that I'm actually on unit 22. As I think I mentioned earlier, we're going to do an easier lesson. We're going to go up, I don't know, 4 or 5, something like that. But yeah, so it will take you there. Come across back to the letters. This is going to show you, this is in Russian language that we're looking at today, and this is what we're going to be practicing on. But if I click on the letters tab, it's going to show you the alphabet for your language. Click on any of the letters and it will sound it out for you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, which is quite helpful. The Russian Cyrillic alphabet has 31 letters, I believe. 5 of those are the same as English, so A, K, M, O, T look the same and sound the same in English and in Russian, so that's helpful. That brings you back down to 26 letters, which is the same as the English alphabet, so quite nice. In addition to the 31 letters, there are 2 special characters that you'll come across as well, but that's the alphabet. Going back to our menu, on the practice, you've just got a bunch of things here that you can sign up for. Well, you can use if you are using the paid version of Duolingo. You get some extra opportunities to study. But I'm using the free version. I find it very useful. It serves my needs. I don't see that the benefits from the paid versions would increase my way of learning. It just helps you to speed. I think for me, it would just help me to speed things up a bit in terms of achieving extra points and moving through the different leagues and things. And that's not really, I'm not competitive, so I'm not really interested in that. I'm just trying to improve my mind, improve my Russian language, and the free version is more than up to that. So yeah, so that's the practice tab. Leaderboards tab I use more often. If I click on that, you'll see where you are in the league in Duolingo. So every week you get either promoted or demoted, or you remain in the same league that you're in, depending on how many points you've managed to achieve that week. So every Sunday, Sunday evening, the leagues get refreshed and you're either promoted, demoted, or stay where you are. I'm currently on the Obsidian League, which on my mobile phone is the 9th league up, so I've been promoted 9 times. And if you don't manage to stay in the top on this league here 5, you sorry, if you stay on the top 5 in this league, you will get promoted up to the next league, whatever that is. In the center, you have the stay where you are zone, really, which you can see, which is where I am today. It's Monday today, so this league has only just started, hence the low points. I've only done 1.5 lessons today, so I've only got 29 points. And as I mentioned earlier, they're called XP, experience points. So I'm in 19th position, so the lower half of the mid-range group. And then the bottom 7, I think, people who are, or whoever is in the bottom 7 at the end of the week on Sunday evening will be demoted back down to the previous league, and that's how it works. So if you're competitive, this might become important to you. If you're not so important, but it gives you some incentive. You can see, if we find me, if you're looking at, you can look at the profiles of the people that, or anybody in the league, and you can see some details of how often they're training. It compares them against you. So this person here, Deirdre, in the blue line, you're seeing her activity, and then in the grey behind it, you see how you're doing compared to her. Again, I might encourage you to step up, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, quite useful. I do look at it quite often, see how I'm doing, see how badly I'm doing um, every day. Next menu down is the shop. Again, things not much there of use for me. You can sign up again for the paid version. It shows you these menus on the right hand side stay the same, so not so much to look at here. Profile, my profile gives you some information about me. You can see what they call the streak. I've studied Russian now for 120 days solid without a break, so that builds up. You can see here my total XP points, and that will be for all languages if I'm doing more than one language. And you can see that I'm studying Russian and German, so that would be my total points collectively for both of those. It shows you the current league that I'm in, which I mentioned before is Obsidian, and 3 times I have finished in the top 3 finishes for the league that I was in. That was, to be honest, that's probably in the early days when the questions were easier. They certainly get tougher quite quickly. Okay, and then as you scroll down, it will show you various achievements that you've made. If I just click on view all, just give that a moment. So you have, again, different challenges that you can work towards if you are competitive. So let's more just more things that you can do with Duolingo. Quite a lot there with schools and things, but nothing much that I really need to or want to show. So we'll go back to learn, and what I'll do is I will scroll back up to an earlier unit, and we'll go through one of the tests. Okay, so we're back to unit 5. Each unit consists of a number of exercises. Generally, I think around about 8 to 9 exercises per unit. But if I just show you here, we have a link here to a guidebook. To be honest, it's more, certainly on the mobile app, it's a guide page. And basically what it does is it lists some of the types of questions that you're going to come across in this particular unit. For some reason on the web app here, this page does not open for me. I don't know if that's specific to me or that's an issue with Duolingo, but this doesn't work. It works fine on my mobile app. So worth mentioning though that the guidebook doesn't go into or explain any of the grammar issues and things that you're going to come across. It just gives you examples of the sort of questions that you're going to get. So with Russian grammar, where you have lots of different cases, accusative, dative, nominative cases that all affect the endings of words and whatever, it doesn't explain that in this application. You have to go away elsewhere and study these things. So it may give you a bit of a clue saying this is what we're going to be doing, but no real assistance with grammar. So yeah, so you've got a guidebook there, worth looking at if it opens for you. You then have a series of these circles here with the ticks. These are the lessons. If you get through these 3 lessons here, you click on this one, this will just give you a bit of a reward in gems or gemlets or whatever they call it on the web app. So this is a reward thing here. Back to more lessons. Here where we see the weights, that is, if I click on it, I'll show you, that's a personalized practice. So I think that takes into consideration previous mistakes that you've made and gives you some practice questions. That's quite useful. When I tend to go through units that I'm working on, but I also come back and recap on previous chapters or units, and these ones are quite useful because I think they cover a lot of the things that you were struggling with. So Yeah, and you may have one or two of those in each unit. And this one, we've only got the one, but quite often you'd see two of these. Again, there's a reward chest there, a couple more lessons. And then here, this one here, you have this legendary option, which is once you've completed all parts of this particular unit, you can take the legendary test, but you have to pay from that, from your gems or your ingots or whatever. And you pay, so you risk some of your dosh or some of your rewards to take this test. But again, the questions in this are very good. This differs from the rest of the questions in as much as that you don't get any hints at all to help you along if you're struggling. You either know the answer or you don't on this bit. So this is harder to earn, but again, very useful. So I'm slowly going through each of my previous units, trying to earn legendary status in each unit as I go along. So there we are. Okay, so let's get stuck into the first part of Unit 5. And Unit 5 is this section here is going to give us questions on the genitive case. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's not explaining how the genitive case works in Russian. So you do need to go and look at other resources or seek help from a native speaker, that type of thing. But we know that we're going to get some questions now in the genitive case. And I'm only, because I've done this lesson before, it's not going to give me much reward. I'm just going to get 5 points for doing this because it knows I've already taken this lesson. So let's click on that, see what we get.
У мамы нет брата.
So, okay, so it's read out a sentence and it wants me to click and repeat the sentence. So and we can, if we want, we can hear it again.
У мамы нет брата.
And then when you're ready, click and speak. У мамы нет брата. And there we go. And it will also give you the translation there. So with mother,
Мамы
not
нет
brother.
брата.
And you can see here also,
Брата.
as I hover over each word,
Нет.
I can get a translation. If I'm getting stuck, there's no point really in doing this if you're just looking at these. But yeah, sometimes when I know a word and it just bugs you. Oh, what was that? Yeah, it can be quite useful. So we got the first one correct, so we move on. Okay, this comes up often. It's the matching pairs. So click on the first one on the left hand side and then find its match. So where is где?
Где?
Dog is собака.
Собака.
No is нет.
Нет.
Not is ни.
Нет.
And how is как. Okay, so we got those right. Press to continue.
Что здесь? Рис или хлеб?
So again, I won't hover over the words because they will show what they're in. So что, what, здесь, here, рис, which is rice, или, which is or, хлеб, which is bread. So what is here, rice or bread? And it's asking you to repeat that sentence. Что здесь, рис или хлеб? Okay, and what is here, rice or bread? So we got that correct. Let's move on. Matching pairs again, come up. Child is ребенок.
Ребенок.
Pencil, карандаш.
Карандаш.
Not is нет.
Нет.
No, not is не. So no is нет.
Нет.
See, I made a mistake there. So not is не.
Нет.
And milk is молоко. And then we move on. Yeah, so maybe a bit of a mistake there. Rushing.
У девочки нет ни мамы, ни папы.
Okay, so У дебочки нет ни мамы, ни папы. So with the girl, not either mummy, either pappy. That's how they say it. So let's, and I just need to repeat that though. So click to speak. У девочки нет ни мамы, ни папы. The girl has neither a mum nor a dad. So when the Russian language, they use the word neither, they will put ni in front of the list of words that they're referring to. So neither mummy, neither pappy is ni
Ни
mummy,
мамы.
ni pappy. And let's press continue.
Его дети едят рис.
Just listen to it again.
Его дети едят рис.
Его
Его
deity.
дети
Yed.
едят рис.
Funny enough, if I've got this answer right, those four words were all in right order in a line. That's not usual. Let me just repeat that again slowly. Just want to double check that.
Его
Его
дети
deity.
едят
Yediet.
рис.
Release. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy I've got that right. So his children are eating rice. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, okay, so they said it with inflection as a question. Do his children eat rice? There you go.
Нет, у нас нет ребенка.
Нет у нас нет ребенка. No, we do not have a child. So нет, big no. We can see here from the words that I have to choose now to translate that. You've got a capital N for the no, so it gives you a bit of a clue that that's the beginning of the sentence. It isn't always like that. Sometimes they will put in capital letters there just to throw you, but generally you might be able to find the start word with the capital letter here. So niet is no anyway. U nas, with us not. So we do not have a
Ребенка.
rebionka. It's a child. And let's check that. Okay, there we go.
У папы есть вода или чай?
Papa, did I hear papi?
Папы.
Yes.
Есть.
Let's hear
У папы есть вода или чай? Вода или чай.
So this is what I think I heard. U papi jest vada ili chai. With dad exists water or tea. Let me just hear that one more time.
У папы есть вода или чай?
So yeah, so I think I got that right. So asking the question, does dad have water or tea? Here we go.
У мальчика нет молока.
So u with malchika, child, boy, not milk. So the boy does not have milk. And so look, capital T for the boy does not have milk. With boy, not milk is the word order that we use in Russian, or they use in Russian. Okay, let's check that. Move on.
Ее кошка ест все. Ее кошка ест все.
So that's what I think I heard. Yeyo Koshka, yes, for sure. Her cat eats everything. Let me just,
Ее кошка ест все.
yeah, so that's what I think I got that correct. Okay, moving on.
У тебя нет масла.
U tibia niet masla. U with tibia, you, niet, not, masla, butter or oil. So you do not have butter or oil, and generally butter. So, and here we see capital Y for the U, so a bit of a clue. You do not have butter. I say butter or oil, it's the same word for butter or oil. You do not have butter. To be a neat muscle. Okay. Oh, nice, easy one. juice. It's a picture of some juice, so you can't really go wrong in this, can you? And the word is sock. And you click on it,
Сок.
and you want to hear the pronunciation of the word. So it's clearly, this is going to be the one that is juice. Let's check. Boom. Continue. Utipia niet. Okay, so here it's making you think about grammar and which gender words might be in. Utipia, with you, and that's you familiar. Niet, so you do not, with you is not chleb or chleba. Chleb is bread, so it's asking you to say the right word for bread. Now, chleb is bread, utipia, but that, I think it's chleba. Yeah, okay, chleba. There we go. You do not have bread. Oh, nice easy one again. Which one of these is the dog? The questions aren't this easy later on in the app, you know, which one of these pictures is a dog? Sabaka is the word.
Собака.
Dog. So, surprise, surprise, we got that one right. Okay, select the missing word. T, which means you, familiar terms. Yablaki, yablaka is apple. Yablaki would be apples. So T, and then we look at these words here, and we've got they're all conjugations of the words to eat, really. T, yesh. Now, so you have to know the conjugation of the word to eat. And if you knew that, you'd know that the familiar for tea would be yesh. So let's try that. There we go. And we can see here now that we're getting towards the end. Which one of these is butter or oil? As we said before, masla is butter or oil.
Масло.
So it's masla. We know that's correct. Select the missing word. U, which we mentioned before, is with. Malchika, child, not. Siestra, sestri. And sistri would be sisters. Sestra is the word sister. U, malchika. So I think it's that. Oh, let's think about this. So u malchika niet sestri. Okay, so the boy does not have a sister. U malchika. Niet sestri. Okay, okay. So you need to bear that in mind and really think about that sentence and learn it for future use. So u malchika niet sestri, and not what I've done. So I've lost a bit of a life there. Continue, but it shows you what happens when you get it wrong as well. And then let's review the exercises that you've missed. So it will now go over the the mistakes that you've made and give you an opportunity to try and correct it without losing too many more points. So let's click on continue. Select the missing word. U malchika niet sistra sistri. Well, we know I said sistra last time, so it's a good bet that it's not that one. So let's go sistri, and which is sisterly in the nominative form, in the basic form of the word for sister, I believe. So let's try this time. And we're there, and we can see that we're pretty much at the end of the test. So let's just click on continue. Okay, speaking start. So I've earned for that, I've got 10 points. I got it 94% correct because of my stupid mistake. And click on continue. I get a summary of where I am on my daily tasks. It sets a target for you based on your what you put in to the app when you first started, when you said how much time a day you would probably be spending on the app. It sets some daily tasks for you. So I've earned for today's daily quests, I've earned my 30 points now already. I've scored 80% or higher only in 3 out of 4 lessons, so I still need to do a little bit more work. And I've got 10 in a row correct in 3 lessons, so I'm nearly there for my, if I do one more lesson, I'll probably finish off my daily quests. So click on continue. Oh, I'm getting a 2 lingots reward. Remember, these are the points that you use to buy things. Okay, let's click on continue. It shows me the fact that this has come, it showed the league means that I have moved up or down in the league. And this is showing me that I've now just moved slightly up in the league because I've scored a bit higher than, do you remember who was it? Deirdre was behind me up until a few minutes ago, and now I'm in 15th place. So, but this changes all day long, every day. So there we go. Click on continue, and we are back to your unit, and I will then click on this one and then go through the next test. And yep, there we are. So that's pretty much how it works. Okay, so well, to wrap up then, for me personally, Duolingo, I think it's a very useful app. It isn't an all-in-one app. You can't, to my mind, certainly not the Russian language, learn it just from using an app. I need to use other resources to improve my Russian, but has my Russian improved since using this over the last 120 days? Yes, very much so. I wish years ago when I had to use the Russian language that I had something like this to help me along. It would have been a great aid. I get more than enough value out of it, of the free version. I can see why some people would enjoy using the paid up version and the extra utilities and lives and things that it gives you, but it's more than enough for to meet my needs. So yeah, I like it. I would just say I noticed as I was filming it, my video camera freezes quite often. Apologies for that. The software, OBS software that I use to record my screen so that you can so I can share my desktop with you, takes up a lot of the resources on my laptop, and occasionally it freezes out. So yeah, so sorry about that. Okay, thank you for your time. I hope you found this useful if you're thinking of taking up languages and looking for possible things to help you with, and if so, good luck to you. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.